What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dueling Aces for March 11th, 2024. And the crew will be dropping in little by little this evening. As we typically know, Zolt will probably be jumping in his 25 minutes. Adam's inhaling some dinner. And Bruiser, I'm sure, will pop on when he's ready to rock and roll. Clint, of course, my buddy, my tag team partner on the P10. It's great to have you back on, sir. Great to have you back on.
Oh man, yeah, it's good to be back, man. No little bit of a hiatus. Be super busy. Need to try to get back more on though, man.
Oh, and
Miss the
especially
guys.
today. Especially today.
Oh
It's
yeah, that was
Chris-
a big day.
it's NFL Christmas today.
Yeah, or as I call
Release
it,
the hounds.
or or as I call it, you don't know, yeah, you can call it that NFL Christmas for the players because
Right?
this the first wave when some of these players get overpaid.
Absolutely.
Second wave is
Absolutely.
usually when the deals start to make sense.
Oh
There
yeah.
you go, wearing that disgusting hat on your head.
Ah.
Don't want you guys to forget about it. That's all.
Yeah.
Huh?
Just don't want y'all to
What's up,
forget.
man?
Oh well. We'll see. Now we can officially say that was so last year.
It's still at the end of the day, we're
Hey,
champions until somebody else wins it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. Don't forget to
Very
be us
good.
next year.
Granted, I don't know what the hell we're going to do this coming season with all the changes
It ain't
we've
gonna
been
be
through.
us. Ryan Day's still our
Oh.
coach. It won't be us.
I'll tell you what, if you guys don't win, they're going to be having the pitchforks out for that dude. They won't even let him on the bus after that last game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
I
agree.
want to let him on the bus after Michigan.
Well, look at Brad said. If he gets fired, he already has the new coach in waiting.
We've got a couple.
Chip Kelly will probably get it.
No,
God, no.
that's not who they're looking at. Nope, that wasn't who they were looking at.
Who? Heartline?
Mm-hmm.
Carlisle will
And
probably be.
since
Carlisle will probably be the one that people will
since
want.
one Mr. Mike Vrabel is now available, that would not be a bad fit either, especially since he's been in the NFL, bringing that NFL experience down to the college level and saying, hey, you fellas want to work up to the next level? This is what you need to do. This is where you need to be.
Right.
I wouldn't be against Vrabel at all. I wouldn't. But we did not have a show last week. We were all stuck with other things going on. And I did not want to be remiss on not addressing the loss of one Mr. Chris Mortensen. This man was, before there was Shefty, before Ian, it was this guy. You got all your news, NFL, right from this guy. And was the coolest dude, the classiest guy. I mean, nobody has had one bad thing ever to say about him. None of the players, other reporters.
Most of them said that he was like a influence as to why they got into the field to begin with.
Rich Eisen specifically stated that he learned so much from Chris and couldn't have thanked him enough, and that he was so personable. And, hey, when we turned on ESPN and there was Mort, it's like, hey, everybody shut up because you listen. He always had something. I mean, look, the Manning news. Manning
Crazy,
turned around and called him.
Yeah.
Manning called him, and only him.
Sam, what's going on?
Crazy.
I know Sam's happy. His team's getting everybody, it seems.
Well, they did. Sam, what's happening? I was going to say, please catch Sam's podcast. He is on at 5:30 on Mondays, Birds of the Gridiron. Please check him out on Facebook. He actually kind of I've been listening to him and Tyler since about 5:45, and was even back and forth bantering and even dropping in some update stuff as it was coming across through our chat and it was coming through theirs. So we've been kind of on the whole free agency thing for already a few hours.
See, I almost felt like a Mortensen or a Schefter, like with refreshing Twitter all day, trying to figure out what was going to happen and who was going where. And
I know, right?
and what else is going on? Yeah.
Hey, props though. Every story we put in was accurate.
Yes, it was.
Well, it's because Zolt jinxed it last night by saying don't put no fake stuff, so therefore we knew not to.
Right. That's right. So yes, if you want to get a
double and triple
start,
check, make sure everything was right.
Yeah, if you want to get a jump start on your Monday sports podcasting, check out Sam and Tyler on Birds of the Gridiron. They roll 5:30 to roughly about 7:30, and then we will literally be right about on just about between 8 and 8:30 ourselves, and we'll continue on for another couple hours. So if you definitely would like to turn around and catch up with your sports on a Monday night, hit us up.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, Sam, because he said his phone died at work because he was refreshing it so much. If you notice, in some of the ones that I screenshotted, my phone was at 40%, and I had to hurry up and throw it on the charger so it wouldn't die.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was getting close. It was getting really close.
Yeah, man. Then it's like you miss something, like, wait, hold on, when that happened? But somebody put it in the chat, like, oh, okay.
And my thing is I'm doing it like I almost pulled the the Jordan Schultz or whatever when he said
that you were saying
that Panthers signed that guard from the Dolphins, but then he's tweeted it out, and then when he shared it, he put it as he signed with the Panthers, and then switched it to he signed with the Dolphins. It's like, well, which team did he sign with, dude?
Which one was it? Yeah.
So like I was trying to do that with like trying to beat Zolt to the punch because I know he's always usually on it too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm like, wait, did you just retweet the team that he played for?
Right.
Like, oh, okay, you tweet a little bit too fast there, man. Slow down.
They got him some protection now. They got to get him some weapons there in Carolina for Bryce.
Oh, Browns just signed Jordan Hicks, 2 years, $8 million.
Did they really? That's a linebacker help we needed. Oh, George, I hate you guys. You just signed that Yetur Gross-Matos signed with the Niners.
Haven't heard that one in a while.
Yeah.
I have not heard that one in a while.
Wasn't Jordan Hicks the same guy that was with the Texans at one point too?
Not sure.
That name sounds familiar, but hey, we lose, so we basically swapped out Anthony Walker for Jordan Hicks.
Anthony Walker was good when he was on the field. He was just hurt a lot.
I think they wanted him more for just that veteran leadership in the locker room kind of thing. And it's only an $8 million deal for 2 years. That's not bad. I love this time of year.
I'm looking at this list of free agents. and I'm looking like, dang, one of my favorite linebackers is a free agent that the Browns should have signed.
Which one?
And age. I want them to
sign Bobby breaking up a little bit. I was going to say, you broke up a little bit there.
Give me 1 year of Bobby Wagner. Just 1 year here.
Yeah. I was going to say Bryce would not be upset by that.
That's the constant professional.
Wow, Hicks is 31 though. Oof.
I didn't know Levante David was 34. I'm like, ooh. And, I was talking about I was like, that's who I felt like that. I'm like, oh, I didn't know he was that old.
He's still he's still a free agent or did he sign somewhere?
Who?
Levante.
No, he's still a free agent. I don't think he signed with nobody. Yeah, he's still a free agent.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried about the age on that. Being 31, you're kind of at the tail end of your career as a linebacker when you're in your 30s.
Man, they had more money, man. I want them to go and steal Patrick Queen. take somebody from the rival.
Yeah, kind of like Cincinnati did earlier with that Geno Stone, the
Geno
safety.
Stone, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta, and you gotta love the fans, throwing out there, hey,
Yeah,
okay, next
he's
up
still a
to be
free agent.
traded. It's like, nope, sorry.
I know the one that got me that I almost had a heart attack on was that Brandon Ayuk was traded to the Panthers. I'm like, no. I was like, so I had to go look, and it was just somebody trolling.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, there are a lot of them on the X today.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna throw this out there right now, and I put it in our other group chat Clint knows about. I don't want to hear a flipping word about Deshaun Watson and his contract with all the guaranteed money that Kirk Cousins has got in his career. That dude's gotten over $411 million in guaranteed money, and he has one playoff win in 12 seasons. I don't want to hear nothing about Watson.
Hey, you can hate me, but don't knock my hustle. That's Kirk Cousins, bro. He is on GOAT status, bro. I don't know how you get all this guaranteed money.
Smoke and mirrors, man. Smoke and mirrors.
Man.
But like I said in the group chat too, though, could you imagine this city? They're already flipping out about Watson's contract now, and he hasn't played the whole
Kirk Cousins. Oh yeah, Kirk Cousins
12 years and one playoff win. This city would burn to the ground.
Yeah, Kevin, we got all that already. That's.
Oh, believe me, we are up to date, sir.
We are well up to date.
I kind of like the whole thing with like how
they said between him and Minnesota. You know what's funny? It's him. And it's also Mike Evans. I think I put this in our other chat too. I think he leaned towards Atlanta because of the fact that Atlanta, in my opinion, had more of a better situation, but also too, his wife, I think, is from Georgia. She's not like that far from Georgia. And Mike Evans was literally about to test free agency until his wife told him no. Right. She's like, you might as well just stay here. I'm like, yeah, why you want to leave lovely Florida?
Well,
yeah, having David Jefferson there. But he got Pitts in London and Atlanta.
Yeah,
Kyle Pitts is a good tight end. He just needs good quarterback.
I was gonna say, does Kirk Cousins now? I mean, let's look at it from a fantasy.
And he has a running back.
Does Kirk Cousins make Atlanta a little bit more intriguing? Are you drafting in your fantasy? Are you drafting Falcons in the first 3 rounds?
Well, everybody thought Bijan was going to be the cheap one last year,
right? Anyway.
Right. Are you drafting? Are you drafting
Atlanta? I got burned about Drake London
in the first 3 rounds.
No, I'd wait.
No. That's the only thing that get drafted would probably be Bijan. But Atlanta wasn't bad last. I feel like if Atlanta had better quarterback play, their record would have been better. They literally were just losing games because they had.
Well, think about
Adam Bear just looking like crap.
And Adam had Bijan, correct?
No, I didn't. Who did? But remember, somebody in our league took him like in the first round. Remember, like the 3rd pick, the Ohio draft or something. Like I was like, whoa, that's
Rob took Bijan. No, Rob took Bijan.
Rob did.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I'm cool on Bijan.
Sam said he traded for him too. Oof, brutal. That's like I said. I still wouldn't trust it. I mean,
well, and like Kevin said or whatever, somebody mentioned it in the chat too that he's coming off that ACL injury. I mean, he only played 8 games last year.
Yeah, that was Sam.
Or Sam, yeah,
I mentioned it.
Yeah.
Right.
So, like, it is kind of curious to think that you give him that much money and that much guaranteed coming off of a bad injury with his age and, and that type of injury.
Same type of artificial turf, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that doesn't change. Both stadiums got that new turf. They both have the same ones. And Mr. Bennett, what do you think of your new running back?
And I'm curious to see where Aaron Jones goes now.
Yeah. Did you? I was going to say, I found Annie's. Now we know Annie is a big Packers fan.
Mm-hmm.
Annie posted, Green Bay is about to have one of the best backfields in the NFL. And ta-da! Yep. be good. What's up, Jason? How are you?
Oh, here we go. There's that talk again.
Oh, geez. Oh, man.
You worry about all washed
What's up,
up
Jason?
Russell Wilson, and you worry about your crappy Steelers going 10-7 or 9-7-1, like you
I was
said.
going to say we'll get to that debacle in a minute. I was even thinking too. It's like, yeah,
I
wouldn't
don't
it be
even like
nice
Russell Wilson no more, man. He sounds
having
Steelers,
Bobby
man. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback.
But wouldn't it be nice having Bobby on the Browns and having Wagner going in, getting himself some Russell Wilson twice a year?
Right?
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'll tell you what. How funny would it be? Because I know Sam just mentioned Aaron Jones to the Texans.
Right, because I mentioned it on his
Well,
show.
That might happen now because I think I put in the
mentioned
chat.
it
I
on
thought
his
that's where Eckler was going.
Minnesota needs a running back. Why not stick it to you play them twice a year? Why not stick it to your old, they let you go to Minnesota. I mean, granted, they might not have a quarterback, but you can go get you some bank.
Yeah, but he's got a better shot at a playoff with the Texans than he would Minnesota.
True, but
I mean, are you really going to deal with what the rumor is Sam Darnold trying to pull up over into Minnesota? No, Minnesota's looking for a quarterback now.
Sam Mono?
I'm
running away.
Yeah, it's a weak rumor, and it's like whatever, dude.
Well, they had brought up Gardner too, but now since Gardner went to the Raiders, that's
Raiders. Yeah.
I'm not talking about comparable numbers and stats. I'm talking about his money. I don't want to hear a peep out of anybody about Watson's money compared to what Kirk Cousins has brought home. He's almost doubled what Watson made in his contract with Cleveland.
Hey, I just don't. I don't crack on. I don't crack on his number. I just crack on his play.
Here's Jason. Even Jason.
Yes, that is like, bro. Bobby Wagner to the Browns, man. That defense will be nasty, man.
I like the idea.
That stout middle linebacker, bro. Bobby Wagner to lock in for like 120 plus tackles a year, bro.
Bennett. That's an interesting one because when we started,
Trey Lance, don't he still play for Dallas? He's still in Dallas, right?
Right. Before we even turned around and jumped on, I said there's only one team that hasn't done anything yet, and that's the Dallas Cowboys. Have not done anything, nothing at all.
There was a great.
They might go for Aaron Jones because they were trying to trade for him earlier in the day.
Were they?
Yeah.
There's his playoff if he wants it.
I'm sorry, that ship has.
He should be signed immediately. It's a shame that he is not signed to a team.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Really?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, this is interesting.
Jones back with McCarthy makes sense too.
I think that might be the landing spot probably for him.
So who's left at running back then? Henry, Jones.
You got Henry.
Hang on, I have
Henry, Aaron Jones,
Mixon,
Joe Mixon.
Hang on.
Oh, AJ Dillon is a free agent.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
AJ Dillon.
There it is.
Zach Moss.
Like, where's our?
Which they said the Browns that were interested in him, but they just don't think they're going to have the asking price to get him.
You get who?
Moss.
Yeah, most of the running backs low key been signed. Oh, the big name ones at least.
Oh, that's right, Madison too.
Yeah, so there's your list. Get that off of here.
JK would, if he could stay healthy, would be a good fit somewhere. But he had 2 knee injuries.
Yeah,
he can't stay healthy. Cordell Patterson.
We'll see the Packers and look, AJ is also on that list too as a free agent. So Green Bay has no running backs right now.
Just Jacobs.
Well, just Jacob. Well, but that's it.
Well, they had
Adam, your boy McKinnon.
Yeah, I mean,
he might sign a King Hines. He can't go on no jet skis or no water. No water.
I think
the best running back up. You know what? Cam
Emmanuel,
Akers, probably.
Emmanuel Wilson's the other running back. I knew Jason would know. I knew there was another one.
Best running back on this list is probably AJ Dillon. I
That
still like
is
Cordell
very
Patterson. Cordell
interesting.
Patterson to me, bro, is still just
That-
like
The thoughts on the Higgins trade, though, is that it's because Cincinnati just stopped communicating with him. Like, they didn't show any interest, and you know what I'm saying? So, that, I mean, I think he eventually re-signs with them for, the 1 year tag, and then they'll figure it out next year.
But
Yeah,
I
because
also knew
Boyd,
though
they let Boyd
people said
go.
this was gonna happen when you gave Joe Burrow that contract though. Somebody wasn't gonna get paid like they wanted to.
You sure can, Jason.
T. Higgins was the one that got sacrificed. If
Yeah.
that you can say that. And also too, I don't know. I like T. Higgins.
Yes, Jason.
T. Higgins to me, I think is like a classic number 2. I don't see T. Higgins as a 1.
Really? I was going to say
Like-
he had to play it this year.
Like the times
Almost.
he had when Chase was hurt, I just ain't see it. Like
I was going to say he had to do it when Chase went down.
like in that class of Juju Smith-Schuster. Great number 2.
I mean, Cincinnati had a good
Don't think
trio.
he's a 1.
You had Chase, you had Higgins, you had Boyd. You had a good 3. You were weak in the tight end. That was your only, if you were passing to a tight end, you were weak in the tight end. But otherwise, you had 3 solid dudes. Where would he go? Where would he go?
You figure the Commanders got the money, they could do it. What about Atlanta with putting him down there with Cousins?
With Scary Terry. You got a big body on one side and a little ankle breaker receiver on the other one.
Well, who do you have? Think about putting him down in Atlanta with Pitts and London. Who else do they have other than them two?
Pitts,
Oh,
London.
true.
That would be a good fit too, though.
I figured you would. Jason was like, "We'll probably draft one." I said, "I think it'd be funny if the Packers would draft Blake Corum," and he's like, "I'd kindly decline."
I don't know. When you look at the turn of receivers, I mean, I don't know. It might be some more receivers on the market. Like, they in a dust and fire.
Well, the Chargers got a lot going on, so.
Well, and
I ain't going to the Chargers. Chargers got a lot going on.
Marquise Brown is available. He'll end up over there.
Hollywood.
It'll be another.
Who's
Hollywood.
available?
Yeah, it's it's brother sharing players with the other brother.
No.
Just going, hey, take him.
No, ain't nobody going to the Chargers.
Who's not leaving the Chargers? Like, who's getting traded?
Like the Chargers basically got to where they got Joey Bosa available for trade. They got Khalil Mack available for trade. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. They said Keenan Allen is probably the least one to get traded. Everybody else is possible trade market. And then they might have to cut Derwin James just because they still might not have enough money.
Oh,
he's about to blow the whole team up.
Jason's talking about running backs going to the Chargers.
Running backs? They got Gus Edwards. Don't they still got that? What's his name? Joshua Kelly or the kid from UCLA?
Say, Yep.
Yeah, but
not the one that played for Seattle, but I think they got another running back that played for UC. Was it UCLA? I think.
That's a good question.
I know who it was. Hang on.
Maybe Aaron Jones goes there.
They could.
No.
Once they get their money situation under attack.
Since Gus is there, Kelly's there.
Spiller, that's his name.
Oh yeah, Isaiah
Spiller.
Yeah. So they got 3 running backs, technically.
Yeah, Jason's right. Harbaugh's not going to settle for that. He is
he's
going to have a.
No, he's run heavy.
Yeah. But
Well,
he's going to need to get somebody for Herbert to throw to.
T. Higgins.
Bodies. Yeah, I was going to say Higgins would be an interesting one.
Imagine if they get Higgins and AJ, or Aaron Jones.
he's got to do something with that money, though.
I know.
I was going to say, I don't know what they got left.
It's going to be tight with that money.
Ooh, they're net minus 20. Ouch.
Yeah. I think it's something I said last week. I think I put in the chat and we was talking about the draft. Now it's like if everything go right, I think it was like if the Bears take Williams. I think I had to the Giants would have to jump up to 4 with the Cardinals, and if they take McCarthy, Harrison Jr. can go to the Chargers at 5.
I don't think the Bears are taking Williams at 1.
I don't either.
I don't think so.
Justin Fields trade value drop. You might have to keep him.
No, I don't think the intention was to ever trade him. That was all just media BS.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody out of the Bears organization ever even said that they were looking to move him or field phone calls or anything.
Especially with that defense they're putting together too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they still have a lot of money to spend.
I don't know. Maybe you trade down then, because I'm not for draft. I'm not for drafting wide receivers.
Oh no, because you know that the Patriots.
I was going to say what the Patriots
just
jumped to 1
Ohio
then.
State guy.
Patriots need a quarterback. The Patriots need a quarterback.
And you just sign Brissett, but you can have him mentor.
Trade down. There's still going to be teams that need him.
I think, me personally,
mentor a rookie quarterback.
I think Penix would be a good fit for the Patriots, but I know it's too early to pick him.
Yeah, but if you want somebody, you go up and go get them. I mean,
I think this year's QB that's going to drop a lot, and there's nothing.
Somebody's going to take one of those.
I think it's going to be Bo Nix. If it ain't Caleb Williams, it'll be Bo Nix. One of them two is going to drop considerably, and then it's going to be one of those teams trying to jump back in to jump somebody to get him.
It's going to be Bo Nix.
I was going to say, I think it's going to be Williams who falls.
Just because he's got too many people in his ear and in his head about
the. It's his dad. And he still doesn't have an agent. He still has no agent yet.
And the draft's just over a month away.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly real fast.
Caleb,
seriously ugly, seriously fast.
Man, I'm still trying to figure out a good spot for Higgins to go. Carolina, maybe. They don't have a receiver, really.
Sam says
no, y'all can't take Derwin James off the Chargers' hands. No.
You got enough.
Y'all got enough
today.
Let us get him and Khalil Mack. And we can't afford him.
I've heard rumors that the Browns were going to take a chance, and there's been rumors of trading for Khalil, but I don't see that happening.
How old is Bo Nix?
23, I think. 22, 23.
Oh, he do seem like. I feel like he was older than that.
No, he's not like the Michigan quarterback.
He's the oldest quarterback. Then he played like 6 years. I think he had 3 years with
injuries.
He is currently 24. He just turned 24 about 2 weeks ago.
38.
Hey, new laptop, it goes like that.
I was going to say, nice little background there and everything.
But now I've booted up StreamYard, so it's downhill from here because I'm sure there's all kinds of trash on this computer now.
Couldn't wait to break the new time.
Oh, this here though. What's up, man? Look at this. See, got the numbers behind them, man.
That's right.
The way it should be.
Working out the cap, man. I got to work out that cap.
Right?
Yeah, I know you've been busy today, man. All these teams and this money, man.
Do your eyes hurt from crunching numbers so much all day?
It's pretty bad.
Oh,
Play it up.
Oh.
Play it up.
This
I'm-
is brutal. NFL Network reporting Jimmy G
Yes.
is an option to replace Kirk Cousins.
MVG.
I don't know if the division can handle both Jimmy G and Jared Goff.
Jared Goff.
That's too much star power, man.
I mean, Bennett does bring up a good point. Does Jefferson want out of Minnesota now?
That's a good question. He might.
Well, he's on his last year this year.
Yeah. They got
So-
it. They're either going to extend him or deal him by the deadline.
I was just say dealing by the deadline.
I was thinking the same thing. I think they know that they can get a first round or even a first round and 2 second rounds. They know
Honestly-
they can get a lot for him.
I'll say this: Chicago, I guarantee, was hoping Cousins re-signed at Minnesota because it kind of takes away a trade partner to get rid of Fields because you're not trading him to Minnesota.
And not within the division.
Oh hell no, because that kid might actually turn out to be something still.
Right.
Well, and that's what we were saying is that there was nothing that ever stated that Chicago was actually looking to wheel and deal Fields.
No,
I think
but-
they're going to trade down. I think the Patriots now are looking to make that move up.
Or Denver. Don't forget about Denver.
I think unless somebody breaks the bank, Chicago's happy to pick at 1.
And
they're
take
gonna
Marvin Harris.
Yeah.
No, they're going to take Caleb Williams.
I think they're stupid
but
if they
They're
do.
still taking him.
No. Williams still doesn't have an agent, and his dad is still trying
Does-
to work around the NFLPA rookie contract. That
And
was hysterical.
And
I'm
that's
like,
fine,
dude,
but I mean
really?
the NFL's already put a kibosh on
Oh, crap.
the equity in the teams. They passed that rule last year, so you just can't do it. It's against the bylaws. So that's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I honestly think at the end of it, Williams is the top guy. He's the top guy in the draft. He's gonna go number 1. Chicago's going to take him because they don't know what they have in Fields. They haven't figured out what they have in Fields yet. They're not going to. So it's time. It's time for them to take Williams. Just move on from
The
Fields.
problem, yeah. And
It's
also,
gonna
too,
be-
another
it's gonna be
thing I
either-
think that hurt Fields. This quarterback is
It-
deep this year.
Yeah, that's
To be
the
clear.
problem. It's going to be one of these things where it's going to be either a draft day thing, or I mean, it's probably how it's going to turn out. It'll be a draft day thing. It better be before they pick because we've seen it before. As soon as they make that pick, everybody knows what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get anything for them.
I don't see why.
Take your 3rd round pick and be happy.
I don't see why you just don't take Harrison 1 and be done with it and give yourself another weapon to pair with Fields and DJ Moore and Cole Kmet. I mean,
Because it's Chicago.
that's true. Very true.
I think this Fields final year, only like his 5th year. What's the name?
I believe this is his
You gotta-
final
Yeah, this is
last year in his rookie
he's in
deal.
the same class.
Yeah, so it's like,
Yeah.
do you roll with Fields and Fields still don't show you nothing?
Browns
Oh.
lost Taki. Dang it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
where did he go?
I wasn't a fan of
Patriots.
Taki Taki.
Patriots?
I wasn't a fan
Um,
of Taki Taki.
Yeah, Sam had brought him up on his show, and I went, "Nope, don't do it, don't do it,
Go ahead,
don't
Zolt.
do it."
I was okay.
The
I'm sorry.
Eagles
I'm
don't wanna
kind of
do it.
going over things in my head here. 40 base salary restaurant. Fields was a first rounder, right?
Yes.
Okay. So 5th year option is available. I'm assuming they declined it because they would have already had to have made that determination, right?
You would think.
Because his 5th year option, it's weird. They've got it down here, but as a $25 million cap hit, which I don't know where they're getting that.
Hmm.
Anyway, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, they signed him to 4 years. Obviously, they had an option for a 5th, but I'm pretty sure that's by the by.
Well, Jason said he's going into a year 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is year 4, but I mean, honestly, this is the year when everybody else, if you're a rookie, you're getting extended if they want to keep you. So, or you're getting your first real contract. I
They
guess
don't have to take Williams. There are other good QBs. They can
There
trade
are.
their pick still and get
There
Harrison.
are other good QBs, but everybody's saying Williams is a surefire thing, though.
he is. He is the top
He is-
guy.
He is Bo Callahan all the way, baby.
He is
He
the
is
top
Bo
guy.
Callahan 100% all the way.
How funny would that be if he goes at pick 6 or 7 like he did in the movie? Wouldn't that be funny?
Hey, if he does,
but
you heard it here first.
Though,
You heard it
all
here
these QBs
first.
in the draft, though, he's hands down the best one, though.
I do want to bring up something now that we're talking about QBs for a little bit here. And I know
Caleb Williams get his maturity issues under control. I think Caleb Williams will be fine.
He wouldn't be the first.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton was fine. He did fine. He had a pretty good career. It doesn't matter. At the end of that, I believe he was still standing. I've been hearing things, and I'm trying to figure out if this is legit.
Sam, I thought we were friends.
I was waiting for Clint's. I was waiting for Clint to catch it. That's all I was waiting for.
I don't want no pick 6 to Winston. No pick 6 to Winston. No.
All right, what were you going to say, Zoltz?
No.
I want to hear what Zoltz got to say about this quarterback.
I've been hearing rumblings, and I don't know if this is okay. People
fake news.
Teams are finally. I don't know if it's fake news or if it's teams have finally got to the point where, they've made it through the tape and now they've actually got their handle on things. Because let's face it, the college games are going on at the same time as the NFL games. It's not like you're going to spend all your time. Yeah, you're going to watch because it's football, but you're not breaking down tape as an NFL guy while your team's getting ready for tomorrow. Right.
Well, actually, that's why you have a scouting department.
True.
Legal scouting department.
But let's face it. I mean, a GM is going to watch the tape. He's going to want to watch the tape. So he's going to want to know what he's doing. I've been hearing JJ McCarthy is in the top 3.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
I heard it too.
Yeah.
I heard it too.
Now, who did you hear got pushed out?
Jaden Daniels.
Yep.
I heard it was May.
Really?
Yes.
And I keep saying, and this is what I even said in the chat, it's the North Carolina thing. They don't know if he's going to end up like Trubisky.
Right.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm just saying. It's just.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
But see, the thing, I think the problem with Jaden Daniels that has the talent to be really good. It's the Heisman hangover, though, that scares a lot of teams, I think, because the last few guys that were quarterbacks that have won the Heisman really haven't done much other than he just said the hell with he's out. But
I ain't gonna even say that.
It's that.
Well, Baker got paid. Don't get me wrong.
No,
Baker got paid.
People talk about I think the one thing I'm hearing about a lot of people saying about Jaden Daniels is like he's kind of raw.
Kind of like Anthony Richardson was last year.
I'm like Anthony Richardson was raw too, but Anthony Richardson was balling out until he got hurt last year.
Right.
Right. So you can be raw. It's just the weapons in the system that got to be around you. Raw players come in and they come out okay. I mean, if you do, whoever the Patriots do take, it's good that they got Jacoby Brissett there as a mentor, because he's the perfect mentor. Like, question is who do the
You got Bailey Zappi too.
What happened?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. It's all weird, man.
We're like, you got that
was saying,
laptop and accidentally hit it.
I don't know who's the fourth quarterback I don't know who the quarterback that got knocked out. Like, is it Drake May?
Well, you figure
I'm gonna say I ain't heard nothing about Drake May or what's the name?
The name
Might be
I
like a
keep
good thing.
I keep hearing Bo Nix is now a second-round pick, not a first-round pick. I keep hearing he's going to fall to the second.
I heard
See,
Bo Nix was
I
a
heard it was a
second
late
round pick
first.
from the beginning.
I heard it was a
No,
late
I'll take
first.
that back. No, they're saying Penix was a second round pick.
Well, the way I heard it was switches that Penix could be a late round first, and then Bo was a second.
Because
like
Bo
early
Nix had
second.
the bad Senior Bowl. The Senior Bowl is what hurt Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, I don't think a lot of the guys put a lot of stock in the Senior Bowl. I really don't.
Well, and they can make up for it if they go to the combine
He's
and then they
back
have
for
their
his
pro
day
day.
too, though.
Jason says he goes to the third round after the third.
Whoa!
I give up.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know
I don't
what's
know.
happening.
See,
Yeah.
Saul just doesn't want to be on. That's what it is. He keeps booting himself, thinking it's a computer issues.
It is. It's very much a computer issue.
He's still tinkering with the laptop. It's a new toy.
I'm figuring this out. I'm gonna.
He's trying. He's trying. Third round. I don't think it's third round.
No, that third round is more like the kid from Tennessee.
Boy, the Packer fans are just abusive to their organization.
Wow.
It's Packers fans right now, how they feel.
Everybody thought they was gonna have Josh Jacobs and Aaron
brutal.
Jones.
Yeah,
That is brutal. That is brutal.
Here's the thing. They thought they were going to have two running backs. They thought it was going to be Jacobs and Jones. They didn't think it was going to be Jacobs and Dillon.
Dillon's a free agent.
Dillon's a free
Oh,
agent.
he's gone. Oh, they don't
Yeah,
have anybody
he's
that.
gone.
Yeah,
too.
the qualifier is gone.
Yeah.
Jacobs is fine, but still, who's Love throwing to?
Dobbs and Jaden Reed.
Watson.
and Christian Watson.
And Reed. You got Jaden Reed, the kid from Michigan State.
Oh, Luke Musgrave. Ain't that
Yeah, the tight end. Yeah.
Okay.
Picked him one time, and all he do is just go out with a concussion.
Okay.
Yeah. Right?
I'm not crying. No, I mean, Bo Nix will go in the second round.
Yeah.
Penix is the one that I had heard was really falling. Like definitely into the second, maybe beyond. The Browns should be targeting somebody that they can sign for the league minimum, probably off the street.
Jason said you're getting voted off the island. That's all.
I'm okay with this.
No, the one that I like that they keep talking for the Browns is DJ Reader, the defensive tackle from Cincinnati. There's supposed to be a lot of mutual interest there.
Yeah, I kept hearing him was the gauge's market value.
Yeah, because you weren't going to get Christian Wilkins with what he signed for.
But you re-signed Big Mo, though. I mean,
I love that.
I mean, you got Jordan Hicks, so you probably got a linebacker.
Well, you still got JOK. Now you have Hicks. I don't know who else we have after that, though.
I still think, do you try to go and get you another QB? Because something in my gut feeling tell me they're trading Greg Newsom.
I was gonna say I'm refreshing X here, and the Packer fans are just not right. The Packer fans are really taking it to whoever's wheeling and dealing. Woo! They are just not right.
I mean, but they made some good what's the names though. I mean, they signed Xavier McKinney. You signed the one good player from the Giants, okay?
Right.
He was literally the only good player for the Giants last year.
Barkley?
Last year.
No.
I mean, on defense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on defense, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
Hang on.
He's the only good player on defense for the Giants last year.
I'm backing myself up here, really quick here. So let's see. We got 793 yards for Jaden Reed, 674 for Dobbs, 581 for Dontavian Wicks, 422 for Christian Watson.
He was hurt a lot.
355 for Tucker Kraft, 352 for Luke Musgrave. Once again, I'm asking, who are you throwing to?
Oh my God, this rumor is picking up.
Which one? The Winston?
Oh God, the pick six and Winston rumor.
Let's go.
No,
Oh,
no. That mean if he play a game, it's 6 points automatically for the other team. Like he throwing one.
Now you got Jason logging off. Way to go, guys.
Jason's like, that's it. I'm out. Doug.
Yeah, why were we? What was the whole thing in the chat about checking on his health? I even asked that question in the chat. Nobody.
Oh,
I
because
asked the question. I'm like, why?
Minshew
Oh,
was
who cares? They're taking
That's
one. They're
it.
not done. They're taking one.
Minshew.
I have no doubt they're going to draft someone.
Yeah, Sam. If we sign Winston, George and Clint are coming after you. I don't care either way, but
No, I mean no. Look, no, I don't look. I
That
don't
would be
hate
Detroit.
Jameis Winston.
I'm sorry. I was
I
going to
don't
say my
mind- I
team is the
don't
one that
mind Jameis
made it to
Winston.
the NFC Championships.
I look at it like this. I look at it like this.
Oh.
I would
Shots
take
fired.
Jameis Winston.
Oh.
Because I don't hear Sam Darnold. I don't hear Andy Dalton. I don't hear none
No
of
shit,
those
you.
guys.
Sam Darnold's going to end up somewhere. He's going to
Now,
be
if the
starting
Browns
for
was to
somebody.
sign Sam Darnold or Andy Dalton, I'm not watching the Browns game this year.
Oh, Bennett's got to ask.
Come on.
The
I'm a
Lions.
Detroit guy. I've always been a Detroit guy. And you know what? I've lived through the 4 decades of absolute. If I called it mediocrity, I'd be lying. It's absolutely horrible. Horrible. I'm going to talk about it now that we're not.
I was going to say, why do you think the Michigan Aces fantasy football got started in the first place?
Man, so you and Jason just can't get along, considering he's an Ohio State fan, you're a Michigan fan, he's a Packers fan, you're a Lions fan.
You know, it's a world of differences. It's okay. Everybody's allowed to have differences in this world. I'm perfectly okay with that. We win. Others
All
don't.
right, take them on our way, and then run those numbers.
There we go.
Why
That's
would I
more right.
take anybody away? I literally went down the Green Bay list. If you want me to go down the Detroit list, I mean, I think the numbers are going to look a bit better.
Who the hell's Jadavine Sanders? I know who Leggett. He's a wide receiver from South Carolina.
Jatavian Sanders. You're the college guy. I'm just.
Well,
I'm
personally,
just
I don't think he's going to be there. But if he's there at the 54th pick, you take Worthy from Texas.
Yeah, I don't think he'll be there either.
I don't think he'll be that. He won't drop that far. The Browns could probably get him with their first pick.
People like that. I see John Ross 2.0 with him.
It's a little spelled wrong. He's the tight end from Texas. If Bruiser was here, Bruiser would have known that.
Yeah, he probably would have.
I'm not watching no Texas games. Hell, I hardly watch Ohio State games.
We watched some Texas. We watched the Texas games.
Yeah, I watched the Texas-Washington game, and then the one versus Alabama.
Yes, that's why. It's backup money.
Oh yeah, Doug's right.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, I think they're gonna take somebody anyway. So I mean, that's fine. You're not running it assuming that
you really
Mustache
signed
is gonna
that
be your
deal
guy.
knowing that you're taking a quarterback
Right.
for him. No, what's
Yeah.
the name? Like,
you have to have somebody out there for OTAs. I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
You need to have somebody who actually has run a playbook before.
So the oddest thing I saw so far was
I heard to pick somebody
the
saying
Jags traded for Mac Jones, and I went, why?
I got a question for Valen if he still wasn't him. He said, who should they take
Yeah.
at 54? We need a linebacker. What's the word on this Jeremiah Trotter Jr. dude from Clemson? Daddy was a baller.
Clemson
This
kind
kid
of.
any good?
If here's the thing, if Clemson had been Clemson of old, you'd be hearing all kinds of stories about him. But because Clemson fell off, that's why you don't hear nothing about him.
Yeah.
No, Geno Smith. Or yeah, he's a safety.
It's
Sean,
the
he's
safety,
not
not
the
the cornerback.
Safety, not the quarterback.
He was a Ravens safety.
Yeah.
Yep, wrong dude. I know it's like some of these guys have the same name, and you're going, what?
Yeah, I don't.
So
Like,
again, I gotta bring up about why the Jags were trading for Mac Jones. What? I'm still
Who's their coach? Doug Peterson. And what does he have a knack for making play well? Quarterbacks. Look what he's done with Trevor Lawrence since he's been there.
So
Doug-
you're saying if Trevor goes down, you're going to try to resurrect.
I mean, who else are you going to have in that spot?
Right.
Yeah.
For
Blake
for
Bortles.
He started. He got the experience.
Or who was the backup they had this
Yeah.
past year? I remember because he played in a couple of games or something like that. No, it was with a B.
Burkhead.
CJ Beathard.
But
Yeah, I think
That's his name.
the Iowa
I
kid.
don't know where close.
No, there is no
He played for
NASCAR
Iowa.
talk today. There's too
He
much
played for
football to
Iowa?
talk about.
Oh my god!
And the NASCAR race was so garbage on Sunday, it wasn't even worth watching.
I didn't watch it at all.
To put it this way, I watched the green flag drop, and I woke up when the first checkered flag was going on for stage 1. I said, "Yep, don't need to watch this today." Apparently,
yeah, I agree with that. There were no
Hunter Henry.
He had he had Gritty Gesicki. I mean,
His tight ends were decent.
he need a touchdown every year. That's his celebration from here on out. He got a Gritty every time. It like you rowing a boat. It's the worst. He tried. he tried so hard. It's like he rowing a boat though. It's like
Watching him do the gritty makes me think he's the one that brings, the potato salad with the raisins to the picnic or to the barbecue.
Well,
man. I'm like,
and
no,
the Patriots,
stop. Give him some rhythm, please.
the Patriots, we know it's like you need a quarterback, you need wide receivers, you need offensive tackles.
They need a lot.
You need. I mean, when I was typing up the whole thing of all the team's needs, I'm sitting there going, everything. Pretty much about summed it up. Who in the Blues?
The only shooing you can say
Oh,
they're at
no.
probably was probably
The Patriots
with Stevenson probably.
Who set this up?
Set what up?
What now?
Who
What?
set this up?
Who did
Who
what?
set that up? Who did
Oh yeah, somebody shared it in our other chat, so I had to share it to the.
That ain't right. That is wrong. Wow.
See, Kevin, I don't think Drake May is the one. I think if they get the chance, it's going to be Jaden Daniels. They're going to take him in New England.
I think a lot of the drafts have him going second. A lot of drafts have him as the second quarterback going behind Williams.
But Washington has the second pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still need one unless they plan on running with Sam Howell.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have them asking for a QB too. That's what I'm saying. You've got Washington and New England both need quarterbacks. Who's jumping?
Who's fourth?
Who's Arizona?
They don't need a quarterback. I heard Arizona was trying to trade though.
Yes, I've
They're
trying to trade down.
There was Arizona and somebody else. There was 2 teams in the top 5. I thought they wanted to trade down.
Them and the Chargers.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Although I think the Chargers would be okay sitting there at 5. I think they'd like to trade down, but staying there at 5, I think they're going to take top O-line on the board, which would probably be Joe Alt. So
yeah, from
I
Notre
think they'd be
Dame.
happy with that. Yeah.
No, I don't think Williams. I still think the Williams thing is going to be an epic disaster. I still think that he screws up something to where there will be teams going, nah.
Let me just clarify. I am in no way vouching for what he does when he makes the league. I am merely saying he's going to be the number 1 pick. What happens past that? Not my concern.
Oh, you're talking about Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, Robert Kraft, he wants to win now because he knows he doesn't have much time left.
Yeah, but you just got a whole new coaching staff.
And he's got nothing to fill the seats. Does he jump to 1 to take him?
Who jumped
No,
to 1?
because he needs more than that. That ain't
Who
gonna do
jumped
it.
to one?
And I think he knows that.
New England.
The Patriots.
No.
He's got to put.
Why you gonna jump to one when you got your choice of any of them quarterbacks on the board?
No,
If you jump into one, you must think that person is really that worth what's the name? Like,
hey,
Kraft does like his Michigan quarterbacks too.
Kraft likes his quarterbacks.
He likes his Michigan quarterbacks
He
too.
does like his Michigan quarterbacks,
Oh,
and he can
yeah,
stay
I
at
was
3
gonna
and
say,
get him.
well, he can stay at 3 regardless.
I was going to
get
say
a pick of the litter.
Which I hope that doesn't happen because I want
to.
I want to buy a JJ McCarthy NFL jersey like I did in Aiden. I just hope it's like not a. I don't want to have to buy a Patriots, but if I do buy the Patriots, I will buy the old school red one though, the old throwback one.
Oh yeah, with the logo with the what?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Chicago stays at 1. I see them. I think they'll turn around and they'll go to Washington. Hey, we've got a phone call. Do you want the spot or not?
And also, let's not forget about who's sitting. I think it's at 6. They could jump up and get a quarterback.
The Giants.
Oh, but I thought Daniel Jones was the man. I thought he was the guy. Wait a minute.
No.
Yeah, who? Yeah, I don't know. What people
I just like the nickname Danny Dimes, but he ain't been dropping dimes because he's been sitting on the bench.
That's
right.
a bad name.
In the list of recent
Kevin, that's where I got
failures,
Nick's going. That's where I got Nick's going.
In the list of recent epic failures, the decision to give a long-term deal to Daniel Jones instead of Saquon Barkley,
Backfired big time.
when one of those two was actually running your offense and it wasn't your quarterback.
Yeah.
Can we go far, man? Can we go far back than that? Wasn't it the same guy that gave like hamstring Galladay like
Yes,
almost
Gettleman.
$80 million?
Good old Gettleman. That's
the guy who would have a hamstring injury every other week.
Yes, Gettleman was giving out contracts to people just because.
Just because, yeah.
Don't worry, we'll paint that stripe on the 10-yard line a little thinner next time, so you won't have a problem with it.
Yeah,
you're right though. I mean, they could just sit at 6, and realistically, the Giants could sit at 6, take a wide receiver, and then turn back around in the second round and take Penix.
True. You can get like Neighbors or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
Or maybe they could do the smart thing and go like O-line because they need some help there. Just a little. But, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You got rid of your running back.
Galladay, man. Okay.
I was going to say, who's running for him now?
Oh, wait, hang on. We went over this earlier.
Running for who? Singletary.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Who?
Devin Singletary.
Devin Motor Singletary, which is how the tweet went out. Where did that come from?
Yeah.
One good season. Now
really? I'm like, you didn't do squat in Chicago. You have one good year with the Texans, and okay, now you get out of here.
You can't give yourself a point of nicknames after one good game. You can't. That's like Rob Johnson. Y'all named him Robo something after like one good game. Like, no, you can't.
Ooh. I like how you can't even say his name.
Wow.
Well, I'm surprised you put the. I'm surprised you put the M in Michigan and put the X.
I was gonna bring that up. I noticed that he put the M in.
They trade picks for watching to get second overall,
and then they get JJ at 9.
I mean, I wouldn't have put that past the old regime.
Right.
I don't know if the new one's doing that.
I forgot the Bears do have the 2 picks in the top 10, don't they?
They do.
Right.
1 and 9.
Yeah, 1 and 9. So we
don't hear talking about Giants, man. Can we talk about how Tiki Barber got flamed by Saquon Barkley?
I actually got to see it live on TikTok because there was actually the audio of it, and I'm like, ooh, he went. I'm like if you go there,
I'm so happy he flamed him.
I don't know where
Tiki Barber, you're the last person to talk about anybody
because he's a Giants legend.
I mean, I understand that.
Tiki Barber.
Yeah.
but understand the situation. That's not even what the situation was.
And it's not even the same regime that Tiki was
played
with.
on. Yeah.
I'm like, come on, dude. Look
Barkley
at the
wanted
garbage.
to stay. He literally said last year he wanted to stay. Just pay me.
And
And
Tiki actually got to go to the playoffs. Did Saquon?
I don't think so.
Right. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's a whole new regime. Like, yeah, like cut the kid some slack.
No. Yeah, I want to say this though, because this is. I gotta say some stuff about Tiki Barber real quick. Like, I don't like how he tried to come at Saquon. Like, we ain't hear nobody say nothing about Saquon don't ride for his teammates and nothing like that. They all say he's a professional guy. He just wanted to get his money. I mean, Tiki Barber, this the same guy that got a contract extension like a year before and then called Michael Strahan selfish after he broke the sack record and wanted to get more money. Get more money. And then they say, well, why don't you cut off some of your money that you just got so to help the team out get some money? He said, nah, I'm cool. Like, it's the same guy that said, oh, Eli Manning's not no leader. Then when the Giants went to the Super Bowl, well, I put a fire under Eli Manning, so that's why Eli Manning got. Like, no. What is you doing?
No,
This is the same guy that left his wife for an intern at NBC. Like, come on, T. Come on, bro. Like,
I just don't get how you're
stop trying to come at people when you got way more skeleton than your closet, bro.
How the hell
Like,
you
don't
gonna
nobody
call
like
out a
you in
guy?
New York, bro. You can be a legend, but don't nobody like you, bro. Don't nobody like you.
How the hell are you gonna
It's
call out a
jealousy because
guy?
he was deemed the greatest Giants running back or one of. But now when you ask about Giants running back, everybody probably will say Saquon Barkley. They won't say Tiki Barber no more. He
How
just
the hell are you
jealous of
gonna-
it now.
How the hell are you going to go after a guy who leaves your team because you won't give him what he's asking for, and he goes to a team who gives him exactly what he was asking for? You wanted to keep him, give him the damn money. It's not like he was asking for 20 a year.
True.
What he got in Philly is what he was asking for last year.
Exactly.
And think about how funny it is too with the NFC East. All the guys jumping ship from one team in the NFC East to another. Like all the all the Cowboys that went to the Commanders because of Dan Quinn. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry to say it, but that center, that Tyler Baez or whatever to do from Wisconsin, that dude's a decent pickup for Washington. You know what I mean? I don't know much about the defensive end though, but because it's not Dexter Lawrence or whatever, whoever the Cowboys have, it's not Micah Parsons, obviously. But I just thought that was funny. All these teams, and then obviously Saquon going, yeah, I know, and Saquon going to Philly, it just makes them more. That's a scary ass offense.
Yeah,
now.
they didn't let go. They was gonna they just don't let him walk.
I know that it's just absolutely ridiculous. It blows me away. I mean, literally,
This is why y'all get booed when y'all have ceremonies. This is why y'all get booed off the field because decisions like that.
Yeah.
And you're also getting booed off the field by the players because they keep blowing out ACLs every time they go down the damn field. But besides that,
you got people tripping on air.
Literally, you didn't give him what he was asking for last year. What does he go out and do? He goes out and he literally runs your damn offense for the entire season because Jones can't do squat.
Right. And you said it, ran the whole offense.
He did. He ran the entire damn offense. And what do? You let him walk for nothing. I mean,
he played through the injuries too.
That's
he wasn't one of those
absolutely
ridiculous. I'm going to sit out. He toughed it out.
And now he has breathing room. He's got breathing room now being in Philly because
absolutely.
I think you can say it was better than Tiki Barber too. Yeah, he probably can say that.
Gainwell is sitting with him right now in Philly. Sam brought it up earlier. Okay, Barkley and Gainwell. You turn around and pick up a third. I said Kareem Hunt, slot it in.
They just need to re-sign Boston Scott. Boston Scott is the life for Philly, bro. He ain't going nowhere. Just keep him around.
Hunt's a free agent, so
re-sign Boston Scott. Just bring him
Boston.
Because when somebody get hurt, Boston Scott gonna have them 2 games. We're gonna get like 70 yards.
Scott wasn't even there last year.
Clint, not do squat the rest of the season.
Boston Scott wasn't even there last year.
Get him back with it.
He's gone.
He was good when he was there.
And you saw what happened to them at the end of the year.
Right. That's what I said. You get somebody like Kareem Hunt, at least that gives you a better third option.
You can take him. I'll drive him there myself.
Who?
Kareem Hunt. He supposedly lives in Elyria. I'll swing to Elyria, grab him, and backtrack.
Like he was a couple years ago.
So
Well,
just to
really?
put,
So you want to sit there and go, okay, Ford and Hunt, it was a dual threat for Cleveland.
Brissett already signed with New England, Mike.
Yeah, Mike Brissett did sign with them. That was a couple hours ago. He actually did.
Ford's not the running back. We need another one. I don't trust him. He had a chance to prove it last year, and he didn't do it.
I was looking for guys that you could afford, but Amir Abdul already signed.
Wow.
We could always draft one. There's not much in the draft, but
going back to Barkley and Philly, he's now on a team that has a complete offense. He's now on a team that's got, even with Kelsey retiring, a top 5 offensive line in the league. And he's got a guy behind him that he can actually rest and they can still produce.
And he had legitimate 2
Like
wide
I said,
receivers.
Jason, he wasn't there.
He has 2 legit number 1 receivers. He has a tight end in Dallas Goedert. He just stay on the field, stop getting hurt. But when he's on the field, he's one of those. He still got Jalen Hurts. That take pressure off Jalen Hurts too. He ain't got to run for 15 touchdowns a year.
He's still going to.
He's still going to. But granted,
he's still going to. Yeah, he shouldn't.
It's second week of March, but right now, looking at it, that's a scary damn offense.
Yeah, it is.
No, Eckler went to Washington, Mike.
He's in Washington. I was gonna say, who is still out there? Derrick Henry is still out there.
Aaron Jones. We went through it already.
Jones is still out there.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say we
Madison is still out there.
Yeah, and then not Zach Moss.
Yeah.
That was probably the biggest surprise to me of the day was
Jesse Hines is still out there.
Was Eckler going to Washington? I never expected Washington to come out of anywhere and get him. That was unexpected.
Well,
you know what? I've seen somebody saying Washington was possible. What's the name? I'm just more shocked at the deal.
Yeah, that was very low money.
Like, wow, like.
Well, I mean, Eckler's what? He's 30.
Well, I was gonna say because Gibson left for the Patriots. So Washington,
that's not nothing. That's a who cares. Gibson was bad when he was there anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
Well, like I said, but technically, him and Robin. It's like you need somebody.
Hide that name above Zach Moss because if Browns fans see that, they'll be clamoring to bring him back.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think what Zoe said about Austin Eckler.
Oh, look, Ernest Johnson's still there.
Was a great point about him with the contract because Austin Eckler in Washington, he like Saquon Barkley.
Nobody cares about DJ just because you're a card collector. You have DJ Dallas card collection. The whole set doesn't mean anybody wants it.
Guys. Clint was making a point, and his point was that I was right about something. Let's please let him talk.
Oh God, here we go. Oh, and by the way, Clint, look at Josh Kelly's a free agent.
Oh, wow.
So who do the Chargers don't have anybody then, do they?
Just Isaiah Spiller. I think. Oh, yeah. No, like I was saying, I was thinking about what Zoe was saying, and I'm like, about Eckler's contract, and I'm like, he's right in the sense of that, like, in Washington, he don't have to carry the whole offense like to low-key kind of like, and with the Chargers. Now, if he can stay healthy and still put up at least half of what he was putting up when he was the focal point of the offense, he could probably get one more good last tournament deal. Like
Bryce still isn't drafting him in his fantasy, he said.
Don't forget who he's not on the list, but Mixon's out there too.
Yeah, Joe Mixon. He's a free agent. I don't think they're just cut him yet. He's a free agent, though.
I know, Jason. We said it too, but just because it's not on the list.
And everything I'm seeing says that Joshua Kelly is still on the Chargers. So maybe they
restricted, or unless it's a restricted one.
Could be. They signed Gus Edwards. So Gus Edwards, Joshua Kelly, Isaiah.
That's
Spiller.
right. That's the one I forgot. Gus Edwards. They did sign
that was the one that surprised me. A little money that was. Because he didn't get a whole lot at all. I'm trying to. It was.
He got more than Eckler. I think.
Hang on. Let's go to the
He
chat.
did more than Eckler.
Actually, Mixon's in the final year of his 4-year extension.
Yeah, but I thought they got rid of him.
That's what I
They're
thought
gonna
too.
release him
They
now.
released him.
Yeah, they're going to
I think
release.
they're
So
gonna
what?
release him.
It's not official till Wednesday. I don't
It's not
think.
officially. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's not official yet.
Gus
But since he's
Gus
gonna release
Edwards.
him now.
Well, I mean, technically, none of these are official till Wednesday. None
Right.
of the signings. So,
Yeah.
okay. Chargers deal with Gus Edwards, 2 years, $6.5 million total.
Wow.
So 3.25 per year. Over the 2 years, 3.3 is guaranteed. That's your starter for the Chargers right now. Although, then again, I just have this hunch that perhaps in maybe like the second round, a certain running back who wears maize and blue might end up on the Chargers. I just have a hunch.
Are they going to draft a wide receiver number 1 too? That or his name is I can't think of his name now. You know who I'm talking about? The kid from Hawaii, Roman.
Oh, Roman Wilson. Maybe. I don't even know where he's projected right now.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten that far into the mock drafts yet. I was kind of waiting till after free agency died down.
Right. So about another week or two.
I wouldn't even put it that long, to be
No?
honest. By the weekend, I think it'll be pretty dead.
Madison's I'm surprised. I mean, Madison's only 25. He's still serviceable. Granted, he really didn't take much of his chance last year and run with it to be the starter. But
I mean, all that tells you is that you can't have him as your number 1. I mean, he's still perfectly serviceable as somebody's backup.
And he's good at catching out of the backfield, right?
Yeah. I mean,
wishful thinking, Mike. I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't see it happening.
Well, I don't think J.K. Dobbins is going to get anywhere unless somebody's desperate.
He'll be the Kareem Hunt of last year, sitting around for like till week 6 or 7, and then
Yeah.
somebody gets injured.
Oh no! Don't jinx Chubb like that, because then you'll end up with them here.
And I just think the Browns are really worried about obviously the injury with Chubb is as severe as it was, that we obviously think he's going to lose a step, so you don't want to have him be the workhorse that he once was.
what was it specifically? Was it ACL and MCL?
Both, yeah.
Yeah.
When did it happen?
Week 2.
Was it week 2
against Pittsburgh? But they
Um,
said like 4 weeks after his surgery or something, he was already back squatting.
Yeah.
Bro, like
the issue isn't going to be putting weight on it. The issue is going to be cutting.
Cutting, yeah.
That's going to be
Cutting,
the
yeah.
issue, especially with the MCL. And I know, was he the one where they had to wait for the MCL first and then they did the surgery?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you remember when he had the surgery for the ACL? Was it like November?
It was like it might have been before that.
Okay.
October, maybe.
It's okay. So it's one of those things where it's like, what is it? 8 to 12 month recovery period for an ACL. The thing is, you're only going to get the short end of that range if you're a position that doesn't do a lot of running, cutting. So a quarterback can probably come back 8 to 9 months. November 14th is when he had the surgery.
Was it? Okay.
Yep.
So realistically, he should not be back to full strength probably till midway of the season, if not a little bit past that. So just understand that what you're getting in week 1 is not what you're going to be getting in week 16, 17.
Right.
And yes, technically Dalvin Cook is a free agent. I think there's a name I haven't seen in a year.
I was going to say, let
It
go
isn't-
by the Jets.
Anybody want to take a flyer on Le'Veon Bell, who's trying to make a comeback?
Oh, come on. Come on now.
Wow. Wow. Well, the Browns don't have a whole lot of money to play with.
You know, Zolt's been
Okay.
saying that all day.
Mhm.
Dalvin Cook is technically on the Ravens.
That's what I thought, right?
Is on the Ravens practice squad. Really?
No, I mean he got 75 carries for 237 yards.
What's that palpable nice yardage per carry?
It's like 3.2, I think. Wait, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Didn't I call that earlier? Vikings eyeing Aaron Jones.
I mean, I if I'm Detroit, I'm eyeing him just so I can get a copy of the damn
Right.
playbook from last year.
Yeah, the Packers apparently wanted him to take a 50% or more pay cut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that get you covered. That's a big no.
He said, Jason said Le'Veon can go box Jake Paul.
The Packer fans are still not being nice.
I mean, they're going to be upset. They're going to be upset for
They
a little
are
while.
just. They are just.
How soon? Okay, like Valen brings up a good point. If the Browns were to restructure Watson and Chubb, they can get $45 million.
Yeah, but they've already restructured Watson
I was
twice.
going to say, how can you restructure Watson?
You've already
what
done
are
it twice.
you're going to push that until he's 42? What are you going to do?
He'll be the new Bobby Bonilla, but in football.
And the problem is that's going to hit your cap until then. I
Right.
mean, just how bad do you want it? Oh crap! Now I lost what I was going to say. What were we talking about?
Panther fans are being brutal too.
I mean, the Panthers. What are you going to do?
Hush.
One off season. Here's my thing. How are Miami fans right now?
Pissed.
Because
They're
I mean,
they're like this. Ramsey puking in the trash.
that they're going to get like what 5-6 compensatory picks right now
Yeah.
Jesus,
for next
it
year.
is insane. Not as insane as like the Rams and the 49ers who have 5.
Yeah.
They got 5 extra freaking picks.
I know.
The Super
Well,
Bowl Chiefs are looking. The Super Bowl Chiefs is possibly looking at getting them another weapon. Then somebody mentioned about Darnell Mooney possibly still a free agent.
he ain't nothing.
Okay, he's
Someone
a
Patrick
good.
Mahomes.
I was
That
gonna
dude
say,
had 1,000 yards with Matt Nagy. Okay, enough said. He's something good.
Yeah,
I was
he's
gonna say,
good at what he specifically does. You can't put him as a number one because that ain't gonna fly.
Yeah. What's that? Mama said you can't teach speed.
Yeah,
See, like
Miami is going to.
Well, I will say this: my one buddy who lives in Florida, he's a Miami fan because he lives there, but his first team is the Raiders. So he's exactly not too upset to see Christian Wilkins go from Miami to Las Vegas. So he was quite okay with that.
I will say this about this move, and I didn't throw this in chat because I actually like Doug. I'm just looking at the Raiders, and that is a hell of an impressive defense.
Yes.
And I'm really, really curious how exactly they're going to screw this up because we know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I was going to say, and if the Raiders, start off really, really well, it's like we're going to be talking about when does the other foot drop? When does that boot drop?
Yes, that's.
And we'll wait a few more weeks, and then we'll be like, well, maybe there's boom, there it goes.
It depends on what quarterback they get in the draft. That'll be the telltale. If they get it,
think they'll draft. You still think they'll draft one?
Yep.
Yes, I still think they're going to take one.
Yeah.
I think what they did is they can take a project one now as opposed to having to take
one of the top
guys.
Yeah.
They can take a guy and develop him for a year or two. Go stare at that mustache and figure out what he knows.
To the playoffs last year.
They can do it. They can go get a Joe Milton.
Yeah, absolutely, they could. I'll be honest with you. I completely lost track of him after
Until
he
the combine.
left Ann Arbor, until I watched the combine, and I said, my God, you can throw the entire length of the damn field.
It's funny because my cousin, his son, when he was going through all his visits, he messaged me the one day. He goes, "Hey, you want to be my +1?" I said, "For what?" He goes, "I'm going up to Michigan for a football camp." I said, "Don't threaten me with a good time. Don't play with my emotions." And he ended up not taking me or whatever. But he said that when they went around and they were like he said, Harbaugh was real quiet, didn't really say much. So they ended up getting Joe Milton was the one that ended up taking them around as their chaperone. And he was like, "Dude," he goes, "out of all the quarterbacks in this team," he goes, "watch this kid." He goes, "This kid's got a hell of an arm on him." He goes, "I watched this kid literally." He goes, "We went out on the field." He goes, "And I swear," he goes, "he threw it every bit of 80 yards on the fly."
Yeah.
And he wasn't wrong.
I mean, ain't no doubt he's got an arm.
All right now. You know, the last person they said something about that can throw a ball 80 yards down the field, and what's the name, right?
Who?
Yeah, y'all took by the Raiders. I'm just saying.
Oh, Joe Marcus.
He could throw the ball the entire length of the field. He could also order 10 Big Macs at a time. That was the problem.
Yeah. He was trying to do the old like Larry Bird, Michael Jordan commercials. He's trying to go off the golden arches, off the window, this and that when he was throwing it. That's what the problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing how the second tier free agencies come, because it's still some good people down here. Like Danielle Hunter is still undecided with a team. I was surprised when they got him, but
Well, we got Zedarius.
Let's take a look at the hypothetical. If Derrick Henry does go to the Ravens, you know he's not going to see touches like he always was used to, because Lamar's going to run with the ball.
I think that helps him.
that helps.
Mhm.
I don't
he
think that
care.
hurts him. I think that helps him.
Right.
Because let's face it, he got misused, and in the best possible way, because he got yards all over the place. But he got misused in Tennessee because they're like, how many times did he touch the damn ball that one year? Wasn't it like we figured it out with everything? It was like 400 touches.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well,
you can't do that.
prime example is I was disappointed because I went to the Browns-Titans game here in Cleveland, and he was non-existent that game. Like they did not use him. I think he might have had like 6 carries the whole game, if that. Like it was ridiculous.
They got behind fast though.
Yeah, true.
They got behind real.
But like I wanted to see a fatality. I think I got to see. I think he did stiff arm Newsome once, and I'm like, all right, that was my. So you can go sit down now if you want, but whatever. But I can say I got to see him play. But he's a big boy too.
Well, Dave, I'll bring it up to you because we kind of started off with it a little bit, just like with the Atlanta Falcons. You see Derrick Henry now with Baltimore. Are you drafting it fantasy wise? Are you drafting him in the first 2 rounds?
Probably not.
Question.
I don't like doing it as rounds. I would prefer more like if I'm comfortable taking him as, say, what position on the team am I comfortable taking him? I'm not comfortable with him as RB1. That's for sure.
Which is usually your first 2 to 3 rounds.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, maybe.
I'm saying, are you taking him? Are you taking him there? We even said, as far as the Atlanta Falcons players, are you just because Cousins signed? Are you taking anybody? And we all agreed, no, we're still not taking anybody.
But I did say Bijan will get overdrafted like he did this year.
He will, and I mean Drake London is certainly worth taking a flyer on in a fairly early round, just because.
But not your first 2.
I mean, he's not going to be your wide receiver 1.
Yeah, you're not taking no Falcons in the first 2 rounds.
I'm thinking I'm comfortable with Henry as my RB3, maybe RB2, but I don't know if I'm going to take him early enough to make him an RB2. Somebody else probably would take him.
You'd have to be all the way up by 1 or 2, picking him.
There's other options.
I'll be cool with him as a flex.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
I feel comfortable putting Derrick Henry in my flex. Like, okay, yeah, don't give me something.
Yeah, I'm
but like
perfectly fine with that.
1, 2, no.
I
never had Derrick fantasy draft until I had him in Zo's league last year. That's the first time I ever had Derrick Henry ever in the draft. And I put
And
him on the bench so many times. because-
Yeah.
it didn't work out for you. Yeah, that's like I said, he got misused. He got burnt out. I mean,
yeah.
you've seen
That
running
what
backs
happened. You
get burnt
stuffed the
out
box with
before.
8 people. He ain't got no quarterbacks, no wide receivers, no weapons.
Yeah, he got used up. So it's the question is going to be, does he go to a good spot to where they're not going to overuse him because he needs to be fresh in order to put up yards? He's not 24 anymore.
True.
Yeah, that
Um,
would be like.
I forgot what that kid's name was.
Yeah, the Ravens. I've been thinking about it too. And
I'm like brain farting. That's right. What was the kid's name?
Who are we talking about?
the speedy running back that the Ravens used and had him.
J.K. Dobbins.
Mitchell?
No, the other one.
No.
The other one.
Not Edwards or Dobbins. There was because remember all their running backs got hurt last year and were out for the season.
Oh, you talking about
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
The kid who used to be on the 49ers. Oh, sorry. The other Mitchell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keaton Mitchell.
Not a lot.
Keaton
Yeah.
Mitchell. Got it.
George with a fake punch on Zolt.
The other Mitchell.
I just think the Ravens understood that they were having such a bad year with running backs going down to injury that they weren't trying to overuse this kid and lose another one.
Right. And at the same time, that could also be why they don't want to overpay for Derrick Henry, because he's just going to get hurt because he plays for us.
And the thing is if Henry gets hurt like some of their running backs did, that might be a career ender for him.
This is true. It could be.
Yeah, because there's not.
Yeah, well,
much
he know
left.
one of those workout guys like Nick Chubb that take care of his body and do like these crazy workouts. I think he can take some rules, but then again, though, the AFC North is different though. Like everybody in the AFC North is hard hitters. You ain't going against like Jacksonville and them guys. Like not hey.
How can you not like Pat McAfee though? Watching wrestling and he's doing the crowd thing with Jey Uso, and it's like he's not only a commentator, but he plays it up as a fan as well, so it works out perfect.
He does it until Gunter come out there and stare them down, and Gunter bitches him out.
Right. Right.
So I mean, you think it'll be obviously with today being the first day, obviously you don't think tomorrow will be as busy, or you know.
I think it'll still be busy just because now you've got guys that are starting to realize that money's disappearing. So
they don't want to be like
agents.
They don't want to be like Kareem Hunt sitting there like week 5 and you're still not on a team.
Yeah,
right.
You're really going to get the two groups. You're going to get the guys who are going to stand fast and say, no, this is how much I want, and I'm just going to wait until I can get it. And then you're going to have the guys who agents go to them and say, just so you know, this is your best offer on the table right now.
Take it or you ain't doing nothing.
Realistically, you should probably take it.
Right.
If y'all don't
and
mind.
we said that the Dallas Cowboys have done nothing. And they need a running back.
Well, it's a couple people out here that
they
like,
need a couple
like I said,
running backs. And
some
it's
big
not
name
like
guys
they're
out here
in a
that ain't been
favorable
signed yet.
draft spot either. They're not in a favorable draft spot at all.
So,
No, but I mean, I threw it in chat. I mean, Prescott is he's got a $60 million cap hit. You need to figure out a way to extend him. You have to.
Yeah,
I know you don't. I know Jerry wants. I think Jerry wants to be rid of him. The problem is, $60 million. That is his cap.
So,
I mean,
well, you see what Denver did. Denver went, hey,
yeah. But here's the thing.
$85 million and
they're writing off a year. You think Jerry's going to write off a year? No, he will not. And your dead cap hit is actually more. Your dead cap is actually 61 as opposed to 59. So, and then you've also got Michael Gallup. You need to figure out what the hell you're doing with Michael.
We have,
oh Lord,
so
him.
Zach Moss is officially signed with the team.
Where?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Really?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Just came across the wire.
I like that for them.
So you were asking earlier about Panther fans, right? Well, their biggest one tweeted out, and that's Mr. Luke Combs, the country singer.
Oh, I was gonna say what did you tweet out? But go on.
Oh, well, not me, Luke Combs. He tweets directly at the Panthers. He goes, and it's all in capital letters. What are we doing? No first round pick for McCaffrey a few years back, and now none for Burns. Are we just firebombing the whole team here, or what? I usually don't comment on these kinds of things, but at this point, it's becoming slow torture. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. At the same time, you've got 30 in cap space. 30 sounds like a lot until you start paying people.
Right.
So I guess the question kind of becomes, are you just holding it to extend the guys that you want to make sure that you keep? And then you're not going to have a 1 year turnaround. Yeah. That roster was just not in any position where you could do that. So you don't want to do something stupid. You don't want to go out and sign somebody for the next 5 years, and that's going to kill your cap 3 years from now.
And then
so,
now that just sorry to cut you off, but now it just came across from Pelissaro that since they've signed him, that Mixon has now been released. Just kind of the whole thing, like with the signing of Jacobs and then the releasing of Aaron Jones.
I know Mixon was gonna be released. It's a matter of time.
Yeah. I mean, he was down to like 3, maybe under 3 yards a carry, I think, this past year. Mixon, it was like 3.1, I think. It was just
once Joe Burrow went down, they basically just like
they
keyed
imploded.
in on him.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Like you gotta make you. I've got that quarterback name. Beat us basically.
Well, the Vikings can go out and get him if they need to.
Why you got to throw him in Detroit's division?
Does that? Does that all? Well, now that also gives the Ravens. That gives the Ravens an opportunity to.
It does,
and another option.
Yeah, but how bad is that to think that Zach Moss is a replacement for Joe Mixon?
Zach Moss is not a replacement for Joe Mixon. I think there's another move that's going to correspond to that.
Yeah, it's only 2 years.
Derrick Henry to the Bengals.
Well, this was only 2 years, $8 million. So that's only 4 years.
Yeah, Moss is a very good complimentary back.
Yeah,
very good. But at the same time, I mean, who else do they have? Now that I'm thinking about it,
the Bengals also have Evans, I believe, from the kid from Michigan, Chris Evans.
Yes, they also have Chase Brown and Travion Williams.
Yeah, Chase Brown had a good season last year when he was. He's the kid from Illinois.
Maybe they're going to try it, Brown and Moss, and just see who comes out. Throw in your other guys, maybe draft somebody. That doesn't feel like an offense that has to make a huge splash.
The thing is, though, is it's tough this year because there really isn't the stud running back in the draft this year.
No, this is a down year for running backs. There's no doubt.
I mean, what do you?
Brooks just signed with the Dolphins.
Yeah, I saw that from the Seahawks. So the Dolphins, Jordan Brooks.
Oh yeah, that was earlier. Yeah, Bryce. It's another Seahawk that Bryce has some nice cards of, and he wasn't real thrilled about that either. I was like, dude, what are you gonna do? You're losing bodies left and right.
That's business. That's football. No, I will say I think that's why some of these running backs are actually getting the decent dollar amounts is because
I know there's not much of a look to look. I mean, I can think of two off the top of my head, and obviously Blake being one, but I think that kid from the kid from Wisconsin, Braylon Allen, coming out too.
Yeah, again, like I said, I haven't been that far into the mock yet.
Yeah, I don't think that there's not much in the NFL or in the way of the draft.
Right.
Actually, I think the best running back. I mean, outside of the guy from y'all running back, I think if Trayvon Henderson would have came out,
he would have been
probably would have been the number one running back, but he decided to stay another year.
Well, he was hurt most of the year
because he was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah, but it was still a smart move.
So it's smart for him to stay another year. So
I was gonna say right now, Cincinnati has $50 million to spend. The Texans have $63 million to spend.
Wait, what's the name of that running back from Texas?
Brooks.
That's Brooks. Okay, I'm about to say, God, that got hurt.
I mean,
I was gonna say he's the one that got hurt.
They've got those two teams have some money to spend. So I mean, if I said Aaron Jones to the Texans earlier. the Bengals can go spend some money too. I mean,
Why you got to throw Aaron Jones in the Browns division? Why you got to be like that?
Here's the thing though. The Bengals, their issue isn't that they don't have cap space this year. The issue is they don't have cap space next year because Burrow's contract hits.
Mm.
So that's why they can't re-sign T. Higgins, is because they can't afford to give him a long-term deal, and Higgins wants a long-term deal. So
There ain't no Jordan Williams was a free agent.
Well, I was going to say, because you can tag a guy up to 3 times.
You said I think you mentioned earlier. You said the Bengals let Boyd go too.
Yeah, Boyd's a free agent too.
yeah, Tyler Boyd's a free agent.
Wow.
So that only leaves Chase.
I know it. I feel like as soon as y'all signed Burrow to that contract, you knew that everybody's gonna start.
Yeah, 'cause I think Jamar's is up next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chase. They're going to re-sign Chase. Again, that's why they don't have space down the road, because Burrow's contract hits and you have to extend Chase.
Yeah, so you're gonna have all your money wraps up in a quarterback and 1 wide receiver.
He went on record though saying that he wanted Jefferson to break the market, and he gonna go off what Jefferson makes.
You don't want to be the first guy. You want to be the guy after.
Don't be the first guy.
I was going to say, you can try to get that Jefferson money, but only Jefferson's going to get the Jefferson money.
I think he's going to come close.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to come
Jamar?
darn close.
Jamar?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Jamar. Oh, God, yeah. Well, Jamar's got to make sure he's got the same numbers this year. And yes, I think he will.
I think he will.
Then that's kind of the wild thing, is who will have that money next year? Because it won't be Minnesota.
Won't be the Saints either.
No, never going to be the Saints. Speaking of which, did you know Michael Thomas is officially a free agent?
About time.
About time. How long he wanted to be a free agent?
No. This is the best out of all the NFL did the ranking of the free agents. Michael Thomas did not make the top 100 because he was number 101.
This does not surprise me in the slightest.
No. But wait, there's more. They turned around and posted right on it and said his best move and his best option would be to go to the Chicago Bears to help Justin Fields.
I mean, why not?
So we've reached the point.
And they said with the Bears drafting Marvin Harrison, it puts a perfect Buckeye connection together. And I'm going, no, you don't want Michael Thomas anywhere near these guys. Michael Thomas needs to just go away.
I was going to say, have we reached the point where Chicago's the quote unquote landing spot for every wide receiver that's that's on their way out of the league?
Apparently,
it almost feels like the Raiders. Sorry, Doug. No.
You know what? Thomas. How old is Michael? Michael Thomas, I want to say like 31 something, right?
30. Yeah.
I was going to say he's not.
I can see him.
You know where he's going to go.
Him going to Kansas City on a cheap deal. On a cheap deal.
He'll end up in Arizona just like everybody else. For a one time.
Oh Lord.
To go to Arizona.
I mean, ain't got Hollywood Brown. You need something.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Thomas's problem isn't his age, because you're right.
It's his health.
30. He'll be 31. Yeah, his issue is that
it's his foot. It's his foot injuries.
Out of his last 4 years, he's played a total of 20 games. That's the problem.
Yep.
Durability.
And I think he was milking the hell out of it.
Oh yeah.
1 year. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he's been milking the hell out of it with the Saints.
Michael Thomas's ankle was right in that same stratosphere as Kenny Galladay's hip. Let me tell you, it was right there.
Yep.
Absolutely. Is he going to play this week? No.
Nah.
He's not. The next thing you know, he's on IR. Huh?
So, but that tells you right now what's going to happen with Michael Thomas. The Giants are going to sign him to a 5-year.
Oh God.
They're gonna sign Odell Beckham too, huh? He's a free agent.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Sign 'em all.
That's the sad part. That's a sad part. I mean, Minnesota really. What are who were the other QBs?
Star, you're
Gotta
talking
go
about linebacker. Oh, we got a
I got to go
linebacker.
back to the quarterbacks.
Yeah, we got one, but lost 2.
What about this kid, Josie Jewell from Denver?
Yeah, I would take him.
Is he a good linebacker?
Mm-hmm. He was on the same team as with AJ Epinesa.
He said Mekhi Becton's a free agent. Mekhi Becton's a free agent?
Okay. So, who does?
Why would
Minnesota-
they need to take Teddy B off that list? He said he retired. He's like already a coach at his high school.
Yeah, Bridgewater retired.
Well, hey, you never say never, because if somebody picks up a phone and offers you XYZ amount of money, you'll unretire. You'll Tom Brady it.
Carson Wentz is available.
Walk it to him.
I mean, AJ McCarron is also available. I put them
But
in
he's
about the same category.
Well, he's in the USFL right now,
So is Blake Gabbert.
or either
Sorry.
UFL. Sorry, whatever they call it, XFL, UFL.
Al
UFL.
Allen.
Yeah, the UFL.
Because he went back to the Battlehawks
Y'all leave AJ
Right.
McCarron alone.
with his hot ass
Oh.
wife.
You leave him and his fine wife alone.
So,
Have
who
Brett
are you-
Metzger on TV.
are they
Urban over her like that.
are they going to go get Tannehill?
Who?
Minnesota.
No.
No.
I
Who
don't
does
know. I think
Minnesota
He's
pick?
a backup.
they want to turn the corner into somebody that's actually going to be there an extended period of time, and
Look
that's
at,
not
look at
Tannehill.
these top quarterbacks.
They've got
You got
they've
Ryan
got 40
Tannehill, who
million.
passed his
Hang
prime.
on. First
You got
off,
Tyrod
you-
Taylor, who got stabbed by his team doctor.
Hang on. Clint, hold on.
Hold on, Clint.
You need to put the quotes around top quarterback.
Yeah.
Because there ain't a top quarterback on this list.
You
I was
got
gonna say-
Sam Mano, Drew
yeah.
Lock.
You've got
Right.
Dobbs.
You got Tyler Huntley.
You currently have
He went to a Pro Bowl.
you currently had Dobbs, who was on your team. You could re-sign Dobbs to something cheap and inexpensive.
Why? You already got rid of his ass once. Why would you want him back?
He got benched for Nick Mullins.
That was stupid.
Ooh. I mean, Mason Rudolph, don't laugh at it. He actually was looking pretty decent when he came in for the Steelers.
If
You
we're
should.
talking Minnesota, if I'm Minnesota, I'm doing one of two things. Either
Drafting
way,
him.
I am drafting one in the first round,
Yeah.
no matter what.
Yeah.
The other thing is, depending on who I think I'm getting, I'm either signing
Hey, where's
Flacco
my
for
Jake
2
from State
years,
Farm?
or I'm signing Tannehill. That's your bridge guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's our Jake from State Farm?
That's what I'm thinking. Ryan Tannehill. Will Ryan Tannehill be a good bridge guy?
Tannehill doesn't like being a bridge guy, but for the love of God, you're 35.
You're 35 years old.
Yeah.
With how
You
many
can't
kids?
complain about nothing right now.
I was gonna say we're giving you a location where you can actually be a starter for minimum of half the season. So be happy. Because where else are you gonna go to get that?
Hey,
Yeah, because
feeling
this list looks brutal.
Well, and like I think it might have came on before Zolt jumped on, but I think Jason brought it up. Trey Lance is out there. You can get him via trade.
Yeah. Well, and that would be something that Dallas would be like, all right, but you're not giving up what? I was going to say, what are you going to give up for him? Because you're not giving up a one.
A third.
Would you want to give up a third for Trey Lance though?
Third for Trey Lance.
I mean,
What do you got? What do you got to lose at this point?
oh, here's the thing. I'm not talking about
Okay.
his talent at all. I'm just talking about the fact that you haven't seen him.
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him play?
he got benched in the 49ers. I'd say a 5th round. A 5th round is what you'd have to go with.
At the same time, then Dallas is going to have to go find another third, and I think they're happy with him as their third. I think
maybe-
they look
maybe-
at him as a project.
Maybe the Browns swoop in and do that like Andrew Berry does as normal, where you get a steal wide receiver for a 5th or a 6th, like he's done the last couple of years, and throws him a 6th, and they give him to you. It's just funny. I mean, I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, Jerry Judy's not like the dude's been hurt." I get it. If he stays healthy, he can be pretty decent.
I was going to say that's not a horrible pickup.
No, it wasn't.
You're not expecting him to be a number 1 either, and
Right.
I think that's perfect.
At this point, all he has to do is do better than what Elijah Moore did last year.
Yep.
He's
Exactly.
one of those guys that if you don't expect him to be your number 1,
He'll
he
go
might
off.
he might actually put up number 1 numbers.
Right.
So
Sutton got hurt, and he got forced back into being the 1 spot a couple times. And it was like, but otherwise, when Sutton was on the field, he and Sutton, you're right. It was phenomenal numbers.
He might be next all Denver too.
now when Cooper goes down for 10 games this year,
Hush,
that's where you're going
hush.
to have issues.
Keep it up. Or Amon-Ra St. Brown might be on that karma train too if you don't watch it.
And you
St.
know
Brown
he
is
do to miss a
young
couple
guy.
games
He's
a
a
year.
young guy. He can bounce right back.
Mhm.
I don't know. They said Joe Mixon got released. He already getting contacted by the Texans.
They need somebody.
I was gonna say, that actually wouldn't be bad. That would take a
That's
lot
not bad.
off.
That
of
would be a
Pierce.
nice fit for them.
That would
Yeah,
take a
that's
lot off
nice.
of Pierce.
And again,
That would work perfectly for Pierce.
Mix. Oh, he ain't like dirty.
No.
Yeah, we flashed it already. Where'd you go?
Yeah,
we already
I
had
think.
up on the screen for about 5 minutes.
He came back just to make sure we were on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember, he got offended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. He logged off. That's right. Yeah, we had it up on the screen for a few minutes.
I think Mixon will do just fine again if he's a 1A 1B situation. I don't think you want him. You can't have him as a solo running back anymore.
No.
And the Texans is a nice.
No, that's I think that'd be a
that
nice
works
matchup.
Yeah, that would work perfectly for him. I think, and it helps Pierce because Pierce doesn't have to tug the whole load every single damn time. No, I think that would work out really well.
Tug the load.
So-
He was
so-
bad last year too.
So this just came out about the Browns had interest in adding a running back today, but they weren't willing to offer anything over a 1-year deal. They'll continue to do work. They'll continue to do their work on other backs available, but could possibly wait until the draft with so many teams now out of the market.
Well,
I was gonna say you ain't getting
come on.
anybody on a 1-year deal unless
No.
there's nothing else for them out there.
Right.
Yeah, it's because they don't have any money.
Right.
Don't have any money. That's the problem.
And then in that case, if you're going to wait to that point, you're going to get your Amir Abdul type of guy anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, good running back.
It was a fun day as advertised.
Yep.
I'm waiting till tomorrow, man.
So as of right now,
Should be good too.
as of right now, the current offer to Derrick Henry from the Ravens is in the range of 6.5 per year.
Yeah, I wouldn't sign that yet if I was him. That's low.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So that's as of right now. That's the latest rumor as to what's being offered because I guess they've been talking all day.
Yeah.
Georgia's wide receiver, a free agent. Or your boy Calvin Ridley going, George?
I don't know,
Panthers. He'll go to the Panthers.
I was going to say the Jags only they only use that.
I know you was high on Calvin Ridley, George. That's what I was like.
I am curious what kind of money he's looking for. What does he think he's getting?
Who, Ridley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Could Henry end up in?
You mean Los Angeles?
We knew what he meant.
We
Yes.
know. No, we know what you meant.
Trust me, I've corrected myself 3 times just during this show. I mean,
That's a lot.
They don't have the money, do they?
no, they
No,
don't
the
actually.
Chargers are
They
20
are
in
the
hole.
yeah,
They're
they're 20 in the hole.
They're actually bringing up the rear.
Unless they make some trades
The
to
Saints
clear
are,
up the space.
Saints are actually above them.
Could the Chargers make a bunch of trades and then clear out the space to get Henry?
There's nothing.
I mean, they just signed Edwards. I don't think that's
Right.
their priority. If they're going to sign anybody, it should be going after a wide receiver because they
With
have
obviously Williams and
They
Allen
can't
both.
see them.
They
Yeah.
Keenan Allen.
they need to work. They need to focus on fixing their cap situation.
Yes, they do. They
Because you're trading one
that's
of those linebackers. It's only to be both of them at. It's out. You're trading one of them. One of them.
Now that we said that, I'm going to their cap because I want to know where the problem is. Khalil Mack is the problem. That's it. It's Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. That's your
Right.
problem.
That's your
Mhm.
problem. I think they could bump like almost
They'd have,
40 million.
yeah, but
That is $74 million in cap hit.
Oh, I was
Those
all the
two
way
guys.
off.
you're not. You can
You're trading one of
restructure
them.
that. Hey, Mike, what's happening, buddy? Waiting for something.
We've already, me and Chip have already said that if that happens, that we have to run to the bridge before Mike gets there, so we can stop him.
Right. Hey, Mikey, I
Know
got a
about
little
Chubb
something for
leaving?
you, by the way, bud.
Nick Chubb ain't going
What's
nowhere.
yours?
I mean, if you want Mike, come over to my house, and then we'll go down the street and we'll go to Chubb's house and find out what the deal is because he's only down the street from where I live.
Mike,
We
when
need
I
to
see
make a
that
trip over there.
Kyle's, I got
We
a
got to
couple
meet up.
of-
We got to meet up anyway.
I'm wearing
Okay.
the mask to his doorstep.
I still got it here. I just got to meet up with you to give it to you.
I know.
Mike, I also
Okay.
got that one too for you.
What's the or go ahead, Bill.
Going to the Chargers, looking at this list. So they're 20 in the hole.
Yep.
Khalil Mack, Joey Bosa, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. 3 out of those 4 guys, trade or cut or do whatever you're going to do with, that gets you your 20.
Which is why I said they still might have to cut Derwin James to save some more money.
You
They're
trade both
chalked.
you trade both wide receivers because neither one can stay healthy.
No, they said that Keenan Allen's the least likely one out of them 4 to get traded.
I would agree. I think
You're going to
here's
trade
the
everybody
problem.
else, and they said you still might have to do something with Derwin James because you still might not have
Don't
enough money
let
right there.
don't let Lynch even hear or sniff Bosa, because you put both Bosa brothers on one defense.
Joey ain't got it no more.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie.
And
yeah, Joey
honestly,
fell off. Bro.
he's one guy that doesn't get you your 20. He only gets you 14. So you're gonna have to partner that with another move.
Like I said,
So
What's
it's
Derwin
probably-
James looking like?
Derwin James. Well, here's the problem with Derwin James. He's costing you 20 to the cap. He costs you almost 25 if you get rid of him. So if you're doing something with him, you are restructuring.
ooh,
Man. That's what happened when you go so top heavy on a team.
who
Yeah, I
else
mean-
needs a linebacker? Oh, Washington needs somebody.
I mean, I'm not terribly sure what Khaki is looking for, but I mean, Detroit could use a linebacker. That's all I'm saying. And we have some space.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Mm.
That's true.
But I mean, Khalil Mack saves you $23 million.
Yeah. So
So
push on
not
the
only
plus
does that
side.
get you your 20, it gets you into the plus.
Plus, yeah.
That's funny. I'm going to send it in the chat to you guys now. It goes off of the earlier thing with Tiki and Saquon.
Oh, geez.
God.
No, but it's a whole new team. It's somebody playing into it. your MVP of the league.
What in the blue hell?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nah,
That strikes
you're
me as
dead to
tongue-in-cheek.
us. You're dead to me. Oh god.
At least your MVP's
Yeah.
got a sense of humor.
Oh man. I love trolls. Troll gang. That's
Yeah, I could put that on
dead
there.
to me. Oh man. That's funny. You're dead to us.
That is hilarious.
You're dead to us. Like I said, you're dead to us first, though, before you say you're dead to me.
Like I like how that's going to be the thing now. If you sign with a rival, it's going to be the new thing now. Tiki done created a monster.
Oh my god! But that's Lamar. That's hilarious. That is hysterical. That is.
Oh, that doesn't help. See, this is why Browns fans need to shut their mouth. So remember last year we signed Thornhill, and Thornhill went out and recruited a bunch of people to come to Cleveland, like Zadarius Smith and all that. Browns want Thornhill says he's not recruiting this year. Nah, I'm not recruiting this year. Y'all told me I talk too much, so let me be quiet and focus on getting my body right for the season. Just keep your mouth shut, dummy.
Too. He was hurt a lot last year.
If he can recruit.
Well, and Cleveland did re-sign Smith.
Yeah, Zadarius and Mo Hurst.
Yeah.
Big Mo, we get belly rubs back.
I loved it how when it was the Michigan National Championship game, he was trying to find a spot in Cleveland to go watch the game. And I'm thinking, bro, wherever you're at, I'm about to come to you.
Yeah, they signed them both. Pick up Jordan Hicks. Small moves.
I know you just brought up, and I know we're way over time here. Y'all hear this? Anything about the college football playoffs and renegotiating for the 14 teams?
Because everybody's complaining about the 6 automatics or whatever.
The 5 automatic.
Or what? Yeah.
Well, I mean, no. I mean, they're coming up with the next stage because it's basically a given now that they're going to go to 14 as opposed to 12. Regardless, I mean, we'll have 12 for however many years, and then it's going to go to 14. Apparently, revenue distribution to conferences is the thing now. So, like, for example, college football playoffs, they're estimating they're going to get $1.3 billion from ESPN.
Wow.
So that money automatically gets divvied up to the conferences. I'm not talking about, the teams. Hey, your team makes it. Your team gets $3 million or whatever. That's separate. This is just straight up. You're part of it. You're here. You're a major conference. Here's your money. So what they're trying to figure out is how to divvy that up. And it sure sounds like the things that are being floated out there is the Big Ten and the SEC are going to get a large chunk, and the others are going to get much smaller chunks.
They want it to be equal across the board.
It always has been for the most part, and it's not going to be anymore. And that's obviously the ACC is not very happy with that. The Big 12 is not very happy with that. I would say the Pac-12, but they don't exist anymore. But that's kind of where we're going. And we're talking, it's not going to be just the money. We're also talking, like, for some of the examples they give for the format. If, for example, Big Ten gets 3 automatic qualifiers, the SEC gets 3 automatic qualifiers, and the ACC and the Big 12 get 1 each.
Wow.
And then at larges. So, I mean, it's very, we talk about the haves and the have-nots, and we've been talking about it's coming down to like a 2-league or a 2-conference league. It's seriously getting.
They're gonna have super conferences.
Well,
that's exactly what it is. Yeah.
And I keep seeing that stupid TikTok or Reels thing about the one team or one of 2 teams that are getting screwed over is Notre Dame because Notre Dame is never going to be able to
join a conference and get over it.
Yeah,
there you go. That's it.
No more independent.
If I'm not mistaken, are they not in a conference in every other sport but football?
Yes.
Yep.
Because the hockey plays in the Big Ten, basketball is the ACC or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And I think hockey's actually like the Hockey East.
Well, just because I
I
know
don't
they had to play Michigan in the tournament the other night, and
Yeah,
Michigan
no,
swept
you're right.
them.
They are in the Big Ten because we
Because
just
Michigan, we just swept them.
yes, they
So-
are. They're in a conference.
So
in
they're
every
in
other
all
sport.
other divisions except for football.
So
Big Ten and
I don't want to
one.
hear
But-
it.
ACC
But
and another
football,
one.
football, they're technically with somebody because they're scheduling partners with. Is it the
Hey,
ACC?
It's like North
Yeah,
Carolina.
It says they
Clemson.
joined
Yeah.
the ACC in all sports but football and hockey.
Which, how is that weird that you can be in one conference for hockey and not, and then like, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird.
Well, I mean, remember
That thing of being
up
independent.
until maybe 10 years ago, hockey was completely different.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
there
true.
was no Big Ten in hockey.
Yeah.
There was no. It was just you had conferences that didn't make any sense whatsoever.
Right. But I
Like-
mean, it's
Like you had Michigan, you have Michigan State. Oh, by the way, you also have Alaska Fairbanks.
yeah, that's true. I mean, but granted, like the Big Ten's hockey programs are really like Minnesota was good this year.
Yes.
Michigan State was both good. Ohio State's
when-
usually good.
When they first created the Big Ten hockey conference, it was actually not very good. I mean, you had your top programs,
Right.
but everybody else was just
Not even close.
yeah, they needed to step up.
Oh, what was that team that we ended up losing to that one year in the Frozen Four? Quinnipiac or something? Remember that cute?
Quinnipiac. Yeah, them.
Yeah, you lost to a Canadian team. I mean, they play hockey in Canada. I mean,
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
That's their national
Taking the
sport.
sting off of it.
Hello. Where does it belong to? Mhm. All right.
End the show.
Well,
end the show.
We're wrapping this bad boy up.
We could have talked for another couple hours.
Well,
We won't though.
we're not like the NFL. We don't have 24-hour
Programming.
We do this moon days.
You got alerts on you, dude.
Which I don't.
I don't either.
So
Oh, hang on. Whoa. Huge breaking news.
Is this the kicker news?
Yes.
Go for it.
Really, I had already seen it. I was like,
The Commanders have signed Brandon McManus to a 1-year, $3.6 million deal.
He was the one in Jacksonville, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Denver.
Denver, Jacksonville.
Hang on.
Now,
Does this mean Jacksonville literally has no kicker?
No, not right. Not at all right now.
Not
Right,
They
now.
don't
because what's his name?
Will
was
Lutz went
gonna
back to
sign there
Denver.
Let's-
and
Yeah.
changed his mind.
Oh, one
Hey,
more thing,
this is-
man.
This is why nothing's official till Wednesday.
True.
One more thing, man. You gotta give a shout out to Deion Dawkins for Buffalo, bro.
Yes.
Oh, the
that was
trolling.
That troll
beautiful.
game was
That
100 the
was
way he did
huge.
that.
I mean, yeah.
So what y'all thought? No, they gave me 3 years, $60 million.
Yeah, well, that's
I-
just like Chris Jones with Kansas City. He got a nice fatty too.
I mean, I will say good on him for doing it like minutes before he actually
Right.
signed, as opposed to
Yes.
like 10 this morning and just letting it ride.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
At least it's been an entertaining day.
Tomorrow
That's
should be the same, I hope.
Well, for everybody who's running around on Sunday for St. Patrick's Day, be careful. Keep your wits about you. No
Or
drinking and
just stay
driving.
home.
Call somebody.
Just stay
Call
home.
somebody.
I'll be home watching the Bristol race.
I was gonna say, keep the let the driving hit.
I won't be
Keep the
home.
driving to the
I'm out and
NASCAR
about.
dudes for Sunday. Yeah.
Gonna
I'm
say
out,
just
out on Sunday.
Uber, Lyft, you know.
I'm downtown. I'm downtown Cleveland Sunday.
Be safe.
Be safe,
Right.
Brian. Be careful wherever you're at. Be safe. Keep your wits about you, and call somebody if you need a ride. Until next week, gents. Catch you on the flip side.